Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. And this video is the first Fall Food Friday of 2021. And it is a collab that is being put together by Falon over at Moss Family TV. And today, my fall food that I'm going to be sharing with you is 2-minute Instant Pot Cheddar Broccoli Soup. It doesn't feel like fall here. It's almost 90 degrees, even though next week is going to be fall. So we'll see what next Friday looks like over here. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and thanks to Falon for putting together this collab. Okay friends, the first recipe I'm sharing with you is 2-minute Instant Pot Cheddar Broccoli Soup. I have 4 cups of frozen broccoli. You can also use fresh. I have a 1/4 cup of frozen carrot. I normally do use fresh, but I didn't have any. About 2 tablespoons of butter, half of a diced small onion. I think that was 3 cloves of garlic. I have some green onion, just a little handful. And in the back there, I have some Frank's Red Hot sauce. I have salt, pepper, 1 cup of water, and 2 cups of water that I have added 2 tablespoons of chicken flavored Better Than bouillon. I've set my Instant Pot to the saute function, and I'm just going to start by adding my butter. And I have about 2 tablespoons here that I'm going to put in. And I'm just going to let that heat up until it's partially melted. And then I'm going to add my onion, my white onion, and my green onion. I'm not going to add the garlic for another minute. I'm going to get the 2 types of onions sauteed together a little bit before I add in the garlic. At this point, the onions and the green onions mixed with the butter are looking pretty good. So now it's going to be time to add the crushed garlic. I did use fresh garlic. You can always use the kind in the jar. I always have that in my fridge as well. But since I had the fresh garlic, I thought that I would use it for this recipe. So we're going to give that a stir, and then it's going to be time to add the broccoli. Again, I'm using 4 cups of broccoli, and this is frozen. I've also done it with fresh. When I do it with fresh, I do cook it for 3 minutes instead of 2. Here I added a 1/4 cup of frozen carrots because that's all I had, and it actually turned out really well. I was kind of worried about that. So now I've turned my Instant Pot off. I've turned the saute function off, and now we're going to start adding our liquid. That is 2 cups of water with 2 tablespoons of chicken flavored Better Than bouillon plus 1 additional cup of water. And then for my seasonings, I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. This is to taste. And I also like things spicy. If you've watched my videos before, this is totally optional, but I'm going to add a tablespoon of Frank's Red Hot. It gives it a little bit of kick, not much. I mean, it's only a tablespoon, but I just like adding spicy to all of my recipes. I have my lid on my Instant Pot. I don't have to put it to sealing. I have the type that automatically goes into the sealing position once you put the lid on. So we're all good to go. I'm going to do this for only 2 minutes since I'm using the frozen broccoli. And we'll see how long it takes to get to pressure. I'm guessing probably anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes with that amount of liquid. So we're going to set this for 2 minutes, and I'll see you back after that. This has been doing a 5-minute natural release. You don't have to do that. I heard it go off and didn't release the pressure right away. So after 5 minutes, it wasn't released. So I released the rest of the pressure. The pin dropped. I took the lid off, and this is what we have. It looks good. It looks really good with the frozen broccoli. And now I'm just going to give it a good mash with my potato masher. If you have an immersion blender, you could definitely use that. I don't have one of those, so I'm just going the old-fashioned route. So we're going to get this mashed up and on to the next step. This is how it looks. I mashed it pretty fine. That's just how I prefer it. You could leave it chunkier, and I was glad to see the frozen carrots held up. Like I said before, I was a little bit worried about that, but it was just fine. Now it's time to add our other liquid ingredients. So I have a cornstarch slurry, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water, and I also have a 1.5 cups of half and half. So we're going to get that right in there, and then it's time for the cheese. Here's how it's looking after the half and half and the cornstarch slurry. Now I'm going to start adding my cheese. The recipe calls for a cup and a half of cheese. I had 2 cups shredded in a bag in my freezer, so that's what I'm using. More cheese is fine. So we're going to add that in there. We're going to give this a good stir. And after I get it stirred up, I'm going to turn my Instant Pot back on, and I'm going to put it on the sear saute function. It's going to default to 30 minutes. I'm going to set a timer for about 5 minutes and see how it looks because the pot is still really hot. And if I don't like the consistency after 5 minutes, I'll let it go 5 minutes more. And then I'll show you what we have. And here we have it. There is our 2-minute Instant Pot broccoli cheddar soup. I topped it with just a little bit more cheese. I had like extra shredded cheese in my fridge, so I figured why not more cheese. On the side, I'm serving it with some bread that I've toasted and buttered. And yeah, this is really one of my favorites, and it's so easy. I can eat soup any time of year, but Fall Food Friday. So I thought that was a perfect recipe to share for a fall food. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And thanks to Falon for putting this collab together. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.